Unit 3, Fort St. Domingo, the Red Castle. Fort St. Domingo was built by the Spanish when they occupied the north of Taiwan in 1628. In 1644, it was renovated by the Dutch. The locals at the time nicknamed the Dutch the Red-Haired People, and as a result, the fortress was named the Red Castle. In 1661, Koxinga repelled the Dutch and managed Taiwan for a short time. During the Qing Dynasty, the fort was renovated once again and used as a military stronghold. In 1867, the Red Castle was leased by the British for long-term use as the British consulate. And in 1891, a Victorian-styled residence was built behind it. Fort St. Domingo was put under the trusteeship of Australia and the United States of America in 1972, during a time when the British ROC diplomatic ties were severed. Not until 1980 were the property rights passed on to the ROC. It was then that Fort St. Domingo, one of the oldest working buildings in Taiwan, was made a national monument, renovated, and named Danshui Historical Museum. Dialogue.
Were the British also considered red-haired in the eyes of the Chinese?
Yes, they were. Caucasians in general were thought to have red or brown hair, and as a result, foreigners were always nicknamed the red-haired. The nearly 400-year history of Fort St. Domingo, which involved Spain, the Netherlands, Koxinga of the Ming Dynasty, the Qing Dynasty, the UK, Japan, the United States of America, and Australia, reflects the history of the Taiwan itself.
How many British consulates were built by the British in Taiwan?
There were 3 in total, located in Kaohsiung, Anping, and Danshui. The one in Danshui was the most recently built, the largest in scale, and the best maintained, and the most scenic. All in all, the 3 were built with similarly Victorian style, commonly referred to as colonial typology.
Did the British consulate engage in large-scale occupational activities?
Taiwan experienced a great leap in international trade ever since Danshui became an international trading port, especially in the export of the tea and camphor to mainland China.
Did the British remain in Danshui when the Japanese took Taiwan in 1895?
They did. According to international law, the British government was legally entitled to stay. They didn't leave until the beginning of World War II. After it ended, they reclaimed Fort St. Domingo.
Why did the British government wait until 1980 to return Fort St. Domingo?
They were reluctant to return it and maintain their legal right to it even when diplomatic relations were broken off in 1972. It took a lot of effort to get it back, and it's because of the effort that the fort can be visited and enjoyed today. Fort St. Domingo in Hubei. Wu Zhiguang, who was born in Tongluo, Miaoli, was a very successful candidate in the imperial provincial examinations during the Tongzhi years of the Qing Dynasty. He was highly proficient in the Confucian classics, history, and philosophy. Wu was praised as the top scholar in Taiwan before the 20th century. Ch3 Hongjia was his disciple. In 1866, while wandering in Danshui as he was waiting for the boat to take him to the mainland for his exam, Wu wrote the Red Castle in Hubei. The waves came in a line as rumbling as thunder and as dreamy as hallucinations. In a wink of time, the spectacular sunset glittered. The panorama from the pavilion went on in a grand manner with the banks, clouds, trees, sails, and seabirds. The fortress of the Dutch. The original fortress was built of wood by the Spanish and was eventually burned down by Chinese locals. It was rebuilt with stone, but not long after its completion. Spain decided to withdraw its troops and ordered its destruction. In May of 1644, Dutch troops began to rebuild it once again, using stone and top-quality lime and bricks from as far away as Indonesia. The solid, deep foundation and vaults were very reminiscent of a Dutch fortress, which they intended to be strong and enduring. In 1662, Koxinga expelled the Dutch from southern Taiwan, and their troops retreated to Danshui before leaving altogether. In 1863, the British leased the fortress and renovated the cannon stronghold into a consulate, residence, and 4 cells. The British consular residence. The British consular residence is made of brick in a colonial style. It is characterized by a veranda with an arched corridor to avoid the tropical heat of summer. A slanted roof designed by an architect hired by the British Council, red bricks, and the work of craftsmen from Fujian and Xiamen. In the residence, the west side was built with a living room and a study, the east side with a dining room and kitchen. In the back is the laundry room and the servants' quarters. There are 3 big bedrooms and a storeroom built on the 2nd floor. The green area all around the residence was developed into roastery. Afternoon tea was generally enjoyed under the veranda. The refined design and exquisite materials embodies the sensibilities of a British consular residence, a rare remnant of Western-style colonial era buildings in East Asia.